Stoichiometry Worksheet 8, number 6. Okay, this is a little bit of a strange compound here, but it's given for you so that you won't have to know anything that we haven't really talked about in class. So if 21 grams of tin reacts with 30 grams of potassium hydroxide to produce K2SNO2 and hydrogen gas. It says how many grams of this substance can be produced and how many grams of hydrogen can be produced. Okay, so let me go ahead and balance this equation. So what we're going to do first, it doesn't really matter anytime whichever of these two reactants we use, and it turns out that we are going to eventually have to find out how much of each of the reactants is produced, so it really doesn't matter. So we're going to start with the potassium tin oxide, and we're going to compare. So we have 21 grams of this substance, and we have 30 grams of this substance. And first we're going to compare to the first product, okay? So let's start. 21 grams of tin. The molar mass, 7 grams of tin equals 1 mole. The molar ratio. And doing this calculation, we find out that we could make 40 grams of the potassium tin oxide. But we're not done yet. This isn't necessarily the amount that is going to be created. We have to first compare it to the other reactant. So let me go ahead and do that. One mole of potassium hydroxide is 56.01 grams. Now the mole ratio. And then the molar mass. We find out that that gives us 61 grams. So now we have to compare these two. This is the lower amount, so this is the only the maximum amount that can be created. Put a cross through the larger amount because I don't want you to write that answer for anything because that cannot be the answer. So we find out that we can make 40 grams of the first product, and then the second question, how many grams of hydrogen can be produced? So as we've learned, whenever you find out which is the limiting reactant, which in this case would be tin, the limiting reactant, we're going to start all the other problems with that limiting reactant. Okay, so we're going to go from tin to hydrogen. So we had 21 grams of tin. Let's do the molar mass, mole ratio, and then the molar mass again. And I'm going to find out, oops, I think I did this wrong. Grams, grams, moles, moles. And yes, I did do it right. We found out that we have 0.36 grams of hydrogen produced. And we know that this answer is right because we know that we started with the limiting reactant. And that is the answers. These are the answers to number 6.